All right, so the title of today's discussion is Make It About You, the identity that manifests worlds. Make it about you, the identity that manifests worlds. Let me hit this live button. All right. So what if the delay isn't the thing, but in oh shit. But what if the delay isn't in the thing, but in you? You keep watching the door, wondering when they'll walk in, when the call will come, when the breakthrough will appear. But manifestation doesn't answer desperation. It responds to identity. You are not waiting on the universe. The universe is waiting on you to remember who you are, to stop molding yourself around what you want and instead become the one who no longer needs to reach for it because it already lives within. The house, the lover, the money, the calling, none of it is separate from you. It is drawn to the version of you who knows they are the source. Stop making it about them. Stop obsessing over the outcome. Make it about you. The you who dares to embody worthiness before the blessing arrives. Make it about the version of yourself who walks in peace, who holds power in silence, who chooses alignment over anxiety. When you become the one who has, the world bends to match your being. The mirror only reflects what you are bold enough to believe. So instead of chasing the reflection, become the flame and watch what finds its way to your fire. I like that. I thought that was full of bars, was full of good insight, right? Remember, everything already exists within you. The kingdom is within you. Every version of you already exists within you. When you're going down this path, you're not pretending anything. You are simply making the choice, deciding to embody the version of you that you want to experience and allowing it to unfold. This is not a pretending game. This is not a game of delusion. None of those things are real. Delusion is not real. It's your imagination. It's your creative power. And so when you dare to embody the version of you that already has what you want, you are simply assuming a version of you that already exists. What's up? What's up? You are assuming a version of you that already exists. Okay? Therefore, judge nothing before the time until the Lord comes, who will both bring to light the hidden things of darkness and will make manifest the counsels of the hearts. And then shall every man have praise of God. 1 Corinthians 4:5. Let's read that one more time. Therefore, judge nothing before the time until the Lord comes, who will both bring to the light the hidden things of darkness and will make manifest the counsels of the hearts. And then shall every man have praise of God. Judge nothing before the time. Judge nothing until you see it as you want it to be. It's just unfolding. 2 Corinthians 5:7, for we walk by faith, not by sight. Blessed is he who believes before he sees. Isaiah 55:11. Isaiah 55:11. So is my word that goes out from my mouth. So is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but it will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. It's on, it's on, it's on, it's on, all right? So is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but it will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. You started to waver. You didn't start to waver. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You might have felt a certain way, but you weren't wavering. You know who you are. All right. Make it about you, becoming the magnet and not the seeker. Now look, this is a profound statement right here. Make it about you. Become the magnet, not the seeker. Everything is drawn to the magnet, right? The seeker is out there chasing shit. You become the magnet. How do you become the magnet? By embodying the version of you that is the magnet. By knowing yourself as the magnet. By declaring that you are the magnet. You're not the seeker, you are the magnet. Seek ye first the kingdom and all things will be added unto thee, right? What that basically is saying is, seek ye first the kingdom and then you will become a magnet to all the things that you desire. All right, so introduction, we have been taught to chase, to stretch our hands toward the person, the job, the validation, the house, the lover, as if the power lives outside of us. But manifestation isn't a game of pursuit. It is a practice of embodiment. You don't get what you want, you get who you are. The more you try to control the outer world, the more you affirm that it holds power over you. Try not to bend the spoon. It's impossible. Simply remember the truth. There is no spoon. The more you try to control the outer world, the more you affirm that it holds power over you. But what if the only thing missing was you? Your alignment, your wholeness, your inner embodiment of what you desire, right? This is a statement that can be a little bit troublesome, right? The more I try to control the outer world, the more I affirm that it holds power over me, then what am I supposed to do? How should I walk through life if I'm not trying to control the outer world? The only thing for you to control is your perspective. Get more by doing less. Instead of spending all of your energy caring what it looks like, simply make the choice to declare that everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. Everything is unfolding divinely, right? The situation might not be perfect right now. Might not look ideal right now, but I am. The person might not be acting perfect right now, but I am. Therefore, it must unfold for me, right? Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Becoming the magnet, not the seeker. Seek ye first the kingdom, and then you will be a magnet to all things that you want. This isn't just biblical instruction. It is spiritual physics. You are the kingdom. You are the temple. And when you become the one who holds the frequency of the thing desired, life bends toward you. Stop making it about that lover who hasn't texted back. Stop making it about the money that you haven't earned. Make it about who you are being. That's a very specific statement right there, right? Stop making it about the money you haven't earned. Why? Because if we're trying to do things to earn things in this physical reality, I mean, hell, we all know that's a hamster wheel. Who deserves anything? You know, there's people that make millions of dollars right now selling feet pics. Who deserves anything? You deserve everything by right of your consciousness. The striving, the working, trying to find worth one day in the future. All you're doing is saying there's a version of me out there in the future that's worthy, but I'm not that person right now. But you are. Okay? Make it about who you are being. Who you're being right now. Are you being someone that walks in faith? Are you being someone who can be still and know that I am God? All right? So the Sufi proverb, I searched for God and found only myself. I searched for myself and found only God. Right? The more that we search for things outside of us, we seek validation from things out there. We need confirmation from things out there. We just find more of ourselves. We call it cognitive bias in psychology, right? But since the world is just a mirror of you, you simply find more things that reinforce who you're being. But once I go within, I found nothing but God. Okay? Manifestation begins with identity, not with vision boards. It begins with identity, not with vision boards. Do the vision board to remind yourself of who you already are, but it begins with identity, not with timelines, not with scripting what someone else will do. Who do you believe that you are right now? Do you believe that? Do you understand? Have you sought the kingdom within yourself? Have you went within yourself and declared yourself to be that person that all things can be added onto? Okay? Who do you believe you are right now? Because your world is just a reflection of that inner decision. You don't need to fix the world. You need to become the version of you that the world naturally rearranges itself around. How do you do that? By assuming that you already are. How do I become? It's always the wrong question. What do I have to remember that I already am? That is always the right question. All right, what do I have to remember that I already am? You need to become the version of you that the world naturally rearranges itself around. How do you do that? Easy. Repeat after me. I am the version of me that the world naturally rearranges itself around. You say it, you declare it, and so it must be. All right, in Greek mythology, Narcissus, okay, Narcissus is a being in Greek mythology, was cursed not because he loved himself, but because he mistook the reflection for the source. I know people go crazy when they hear that word narcissist. They just, I've dated 5, right? Narcissist was cursed, not because he loved himself, but because he mistook the reflection for the source. We do the same. We try to fix the mirror while neglecting the face. Your outer world is the mirror. The change begins in the one who is looking. Let's actually talk about the story Narcissus. All right. So in Greek mythology, Narcissus was a strikingly beautiful youth who drew the admiration of many, but he showed no interest in returning their love. All right. It's interesting how the story starts. Pay attention to this, right? It might be different than that narcissist that you think you're seeing in your life, right? Pay attention to this from a very metaphysical perspective. In Greek mythology, Narcissus was a strikingly beautiful youth who drew the admiration of many, but he showed no interest in returning their love. Among those he rejected was the nymph Echo, who faded away in sorrow until only her voice remained. As a punishment for his cold-heartedness and pride, the gods cursed Narcissus to fall in love with his own reflection in a still pool of water. Captivated, he became entranced, unable to look away, speak to, or touch the image that so deeply moved him. In some versions of the myth, he eventually wastes away and dies, consumed by longing for something he could never fully possess. Think about that. Think about that, right? This is where that story stems from, okay? But the deeper tragedy is Narcissus is not vanity. It's not vanity. It is mistaken identity. He believed the reflection was the source, and in doing so, he disconnected from his true self. He fell in love with the appearance of beauty and not its essence. This is the same illusion we live under when we try to control the outer world while neglecting our inner truth. We chase the image, the result, the outcome, forgetting that the mirror only reflects what is already within. Manifestation begins not by reaching for the reflection, but by becoming the one who no longer needs to fill it whole. Right? A masterclass right here. Right? Falling in love with this thing and longing for it, not being able to touch it. Not being able to touch it. All right? So Luke 17:21, the kingdom of God is within you. Another quote from the Egyptian Book of the Dead. All that you touch, all that you see, all that you feel is you. When you stop chasing and start dwelling in the consciousness of I already am. When you stop chasing, trying to be something different. When you stop trying to be something different and know that you simply are all I already am, everything. I already am everything. I am infinite. Once you know this, then it's not about trying to embody something new. It's remembering that all versions of you already exist within you. And you simply assume to already be that version because you are, and all things must be added unto you. When you stop chasing and start dwelling in the consciousness of I already am, the doors open. The doors open, right? Our suffering is narcissistic by nature, exactly. Exactly, right? So trying to get it to stick in your brain. Here's the thing about that, right? Okay, yeah, I agree with you. But take this approach. Instead of trying to believe in it, okay? Instead of trying to believe it logically, just declare it to be true. Allow that to be enough. Do y'all understand that, right? When we're talking about these things, do you believe that you have to feel these things to be true? Or do you understand that I just have to declare the truth? The moment that I know the truth and speak the truth, that is what it is. So it can seem difficult when we're constantly in this, I have to feel it to be true. I need to know, I need to know in some kind of feeling way that this is true and I'll never strive away again. Perhaps, maybe that's realistic, but that's adding a lot of resistance. When I make the declaration right now that I am all that there is, I don't have to strive, I don't have to work, I simply am. When I understand that right now, that's what it is. That is what it is. And so I constantly, what is conviction? What is faith? What is belief? It's the ability to continue to go back to that same story over and over again and not get pulled away. because my emotions are telling me something different, because the external circumstance is telling me something different. It's my ability to continue to walk down that narrow path. Continue to walk down that narrow path. Okay? So, when you stop chasing and start dwelling in the consciousness of I already am, the door is open. All right, so Jesus didn't say seek the thing you want. He said seek the kingdom. And where is that kingdom? Not in a far off place, but within you. This is the mystical code behind every true teaching, right? In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna that the self is beyond the senses. The self is beyond the system. Is beyond the senses. Damn, my bad, y'all. Beyond the seen. In Hermeticism, the principle is clear, as within, so without. To make it about them is to abandon your throne. It is to make a false idol out of something out there. To make it about you is to sit in the seat of divine power. To make it about you is the acknowledgement that I am source, that I am the all. To make it about that person, you're making a false idol. You're declaring that they are the center of the universe, right? These people, they change based on your assumption of who you are. Your assumption of who you are calls forth a different version of them. All right? So when we're talking about metaphysics, when we are talking about this from a purely metaphysical standpoint, the only thing for your consciousness to focus on is you. When you focus on you, everything can be added unto thee. Seek ye first the kingdom and all things will be added. Okay? Where was I? All right, Neville Goddard quote. Act as if ye had it and ye shall have it. Neville Goddard. Act as if ye had it and ye shall have it, all right? So ask yourself, if I already had it, how would I feel? If you already had it, how would you feel? Probably the same way that you feel right now. Normal. Cool. How would you walk? How would you treat yourself? How would I treat others? Embodiment is magnetic. When you become the energy of love, you don't need to beg for a partner. When you become the vibration of abundance, you don't need to chase money. Make this process all about you. Make it about you. Make it about your knowing that you are all that there is. Your knowing that you are the divine, you are source, you are magnetic. Everything is being added to you because you have sought the kingdom, right? It's not even when you really start, whenever you really start dissecting why you want things, it's not even that you want that thing outside of you. There's several different ways that we can look at it. Here's the first perspective, is that let's say you want a person or you want that money, right? You don't necessarily want that person for nothing, right? You want the version of you that you would be if you had that. If you had that money, if you had that person, you want to experience life as the version of you that has that thing. That's it, okay? Now, from another perspective, I don't know why I keep going blank today. My bad, y'all. One of those days again, all right? So from another perspective, or let's talk about that perspective, right? So it's not ever that you really want that person. You want a version of you that is able to experience life through the lens of having that thing. Why not grant yourself that perspective right now? You can. One woman or one man, right? On the way there, I want you to experience the joy of being treated right by the opposite gender in all walks of your life. I don't want you to have this shitty concept of women, that women are like this, men are like this. And then you're just hoping that this one person will prove you differently. I want you to change your perspective on all of them. I want all of your relationships to go right. Right? When you out, I want you to believe that every man's a gentleman. Every man's going to open the door for you. Every man is going to, give you an umbrella if it's raining. Because you see the goodness in men. Women, or men, I want you to say the same thing or think the same thing about women. That women love having conversations with you, that they always treat you right, that they value your time and your presence and your energy. Make it about you so these things can actually be added unto you. All right? So when you become the energy of love, you don't need to beg for a partner. You become the vibration of abundance. You don't need to chase money. You become the center of gravity. Everything gravitates towards you, not because you manipulated it, but because you remembered who you are. You don't need to get the thing. You need to become the version of you who it effortlessly flows to. You have to make the declaration that right now you are the magnet that all things can't resist. You are that person that is irresistible. And once you embody this, all of these things can be added unto you. Make it about you. Stop making it about them. Stop making it about anything out there, because it's never been about anything out there. Everything out there is simply a reflection of you. All right? So, quote by Lao Tzu, the Tao does nothing, yet leaves nothing undone. The Tao does nothing, yet leaves nothing undone. When you move with the natural flow of life, without force and without striving, everything unfolds in its perfect time, like the river that carves mountains, not through effort, but through surrender. The Tao teaches that true creation comes not from control, but from harmony. It is the stillness that births movement, the silence that sings all things into being. In manifestation, this is your call to stop pushing and start allowing, knowing that your inner alignment carries a force stronger than any external effort. Instead of working and forcing yourself to try to feel and be this different version of you, simply know, allow yourself to know that you are that version right now. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Allow yourself to know that you are that version right now. Okay? Quote by Abraham Hicks, the moment you no longer need it, it shows up. The moment you no longer need it, it shows up. All right? You are not punished by your desire. You are purified by it. The moment you stop needing the thing to feel whole is the moment you become a match for it. This isn't about becoming cold or apathetic. It is about becoming so full, so rich in identity and presence that nothing can be taken from you, and therefore everything can be added. You don't manifest through force. You manifest through alignment. You stop trying to create a thing and start being the reality in which that thing must exist. Okay? You don't manifest through force. You manifest through alignment. What's another way to say this? You don't manifest by trying to force your way to be something else. Simply relax into the truth that you already are that different person now. You change your perspective, you change everything. You don't change your perspective through force. You change your perspective by allowing yourself to believe and know and acknowledge that you already are changed right now because you have new information. You have a new perspective now. You are brand new in this moment. And now everything can be added unto you. Okay? Section 5. You are the temple, the source dwells in you. 1 Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? Say that again. Say that again. 1 Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? Do you not understand that you are the temple and the Spirit of God dwells within you? Do you not understand that you are the Son of the Most High? Right? Son is a genderless title, by the way. Right? Even Father is a genderless title. We talk about it in terms of the metaphysical meaning of Scripture. Do you understand that you are the temple of God? So, if you are the temple of God and the Spirit of God dwelleth in you, you understand that you never walk alone. No matter what you see out there, no matter what the circumstance looks like, guess what? God's with you. And how do you activate this power within you? Through your awareness. It is your awareness that speaks life into whatever situation you're looking at. Right? Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. Right? I fear no evil. Right? Let other people argue for their limitations. I walk with the divine. Divine is always with me. Okay? So, another text. The divine dwells not in temples made with hands, but in the heart that remembers. What are you more reverent to, right? The temple that is built by a man, or the temple that is made by the Most High, right? Who are you more reverent to? Who are you more reverent to? So if God is within you, then everything God gives is within you. This is not arrogance, it is inheritance. Remember, one of the most humble things that you can acknowledge, if the temple of the Most High is within me, then I am the expression of God. So as I walk through life, I have to be constantly mindful. I have to treat that energy with reverence, right? I have to treat that energy with reverence. If it is my consciousness, it is my awareness, right, that is painting reality. If God is within me, then I must treat this with respect, right? You must treat this with respect. All right. So you've been taught to seek God as if he's far. So even Jesus says, right? If you believe that the kingdom is in the sky, you'll think the birds are closer. We're always believing in this separation, right? This is even when we think. When we think that angels and demons are things outside of us, guess what? It's very difficult for me to believe that everything is for me. It's very difficult for me to believe everything is for me if I think those things are external. But remember, demon translates to daemon, which means spirit God in a nuanced way. So even those feelings that you cast out of heaven, right? The metaphorical fall, the casting out of heaven of those feelings, those things that you don't want to identify with, those jealousy, all those false beliefs, right? They're calling you into a greater version of yourself. What do I have to believe to be true to feel this way? What do I have to believe to be true to feel this way? And once I understand that, now I can go within myself. I can change that belief in this moment, and boom, now my life changes, right? Now my life changes. All right, so stop making it about your timeline. Stop watching the phone. Stop checking the bank balance. Make it about the presence within you that commands and creates worlds. That commands and creates worlds. All right? So, closing reflection. You are not here to get anything. You are here to remember everything. All that you desire is already yours, but it is waiting on the version of you who knows that to be true, right? Everything that you desire is on the other side, of simply you making the decision that I already am that person, right? I already am that person, okay? All that you desire is already yours, but it's waiting on the version of you who knows that to be true. So don't wait on them to change. Don't wait for it to show up. Become the one who it cannot resist. Become the one who knows that heaven is within, and the rest will be added as a natural echo of your embodiment. Okay? So a couple questions for reflection. We got 5 questions today. And of course, we're going to close it. We're going to get into some affirmations. Then we're going to do questions. All right? Right. Remember, let other people argue for their limitations, right? That spiritual ego is a motherfucker. All right, so number 1. What version of myself am I being now? Am I being the version of myself that's hoping for things to change? Or am I walking by faith? Do I refuse to believe that anything is against me? Or am I still waiting for signs outside? Waiting for validation from the external world to show me that I am the person that I have already claimed to be, right? What version of myself am I being now? Number 2. Am I acting from lack or from the fullness of already having it? Okay? How am I walking through life? Am I acting from lack or am I acting from the fullness of already having it? Remember, even this is not about striving or reaching for some different version of you. It's in falling, recognizing that you already are that version of you right now. You're already that version of you right now. It's not about reaching. Allow yourself to believe the truth. Allow yourself to believe the truth. Right? Number 3, how would I show up if I knew nothing could be taken from me? If you understood that you were the fulfillment of the divine made manifest, right? You are the intersection between divinity and identity. If you understand that, right? If I understand that every single possible reality exists, I am a whole being, infinite versions of me exist within myself right now, then nothing can be taken from me. I am fulfillment. I am wholeness. The only thing that keeps me from being that is what? It's my belief that I'm anything less. It's my belief that I'm anything less, right? Number 4, where am I still making it about them instead of me? About them, about that thing, about that person, about that. Where am I making it about that thing outside of me instead of understanding that the kingdom is within me? Seek ye first the kingdom and all things will be added. Okay? Am I making it about, oh, I need them to be happy. I need them to feel better. I need this thing to be fulfilled. I need this thing to be whole. Right? Where am I making it about them instead of me? And then number 5, what does seeking the kingdom first look like in my everyday life? In your everyday life, what does seeking the kingdom first look like in your everyday life? Right? What does it look like? What does it look like to make everything about you? To make it so you show up so whole and so fulfilled and with so much love in every aspect of your life that everything must be added unto you. That you stop judging things by appearance and you begin to judge them righteously. How does that look to you? Okay? And so next, I want y'all to hear this, all right? Hear this, feel this, know that you already are everything that is stated in these next 2 paragraphs, all right? We are the breath of God in motion, not broken beings begging for a blessing. We are the decree made flesh, walking proof that the word never returns void. Circumstance does not name us, we name it. We do not ask the world for permission, we anoint it with our presence. The mountains move not by force, but by the unwavering echo of our knowing. We do not follow reality, we reveal it, frame by frame, through the lens of divine conviction. We are the ones who remember in a world that forgets. The dream does not wait in the distance, it waits in the mirror. The moment we know, creation bows in agreement. There is no gap between us and what we desire. Only the illusion that we must earn it. But we are already it, already worthy, already chosen, and now we write the world as it was always meant to be. You are the author of this reality. Even as within, so without is too small of an understanding of what reality is. You are reality. There is no separation between you and everything around you. Who you are is what you receive. You are reality. And the moment you stop striving and reaching and fighting to become something new, and you realize that you already are everything. You already have the tools within you. You already have the divine right to claim whatever reality that you want. This is when you change the game. Right? As you go down this path, this is a path of deleting, getting rid of those limiting beliefs. The moment that you declare, I am prosperity right now, and you relax knowing that it's not about the feeling, it's about my declaration, and I refuse to see anything as opposite. Now, when I walk through life, what happens? I'm going to continuously confront limiting beliefs. Anything that shows up in your life that implies that you are not right now the person in alignment with everything that you want is a lie. It is a limiting belief. Right? Do not argue for your limitations. This is a natural thing. We argue for our limitations, that we dig in more and argue for more, but this is the way it looks. But this is the way. Reality is what you say it is. You are reality. It is your declaration of what things are, that is reality. Anything that is temporary is not real. The only thing that is real is the I am awareness within you. It's the source within you. Everything else is just a product of your awareness. Yes, it's a real experience. Yes, it's a real experience, but it is something that you always have the choice to choose. You always have the choice to choose. You are not a victim to anything. Reject anything that pulls you away from your power. Reject anything that implies that you have limitations. We cannot say we are all that there is. Everything is within us, as within, so without, and then continuously give power to things outside of us. Say, yes, as within, so without. Everything is within me. The kingdom is within me, but there's things outside trying to break me down. There's things outside trying to bring me down. We can't have it both ways. There is only one power. There's only one source. There's only one energy. And that energy in motion, right, flows to you as an emotion, but it's still the same energy. Right? You are going to feel how you feel. Situations will look the way that you look, the way that they look, but the kingdom is within you. The full power of the divine is within you. Therefore, no matter what you see, no matter what you feel, no matter what you are experiencing, you have all that there is within you ready to be placed on whatever situation you're going through simply by you using your awareness. Simply by you being like Neo, when the bullets are flying to him, he finally wakes up to who he is and he stops running, he stops fighting, he simply says, no. Nah. Thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be. What I say it is, this is what it is. All right? Cool. All right. Got a couple affirmations. These ones are a little bit shorter and sweeter, but there's like 14 of them. Okay, remember, if you are struggling at certain points of your life, right? Maybe there's certain things that you're really trying to make sure that you're not believing against that. Remember, your affirmations are going to be a big weapon for you. They're going to help you a lot. Whenever you have those moments where you feel, the feeling of doubt is bubbling up within you, you can always reach in your pocket, pull out an affirmation, and use that to help you. This is what they're for. But also remember, on the other side, every word that you speak is an affirmation. So just you being the person who does not speak against what they want, that becomes your affirmation. But it's still cool to have a couple in your back pocket that you can pull out whenever you want. All right, so let's go through these. Number one, gonna relax, y'all. Gonna relax. All right, we had the cult members in here earlier talking that shit. But now let's relax into the knowing of who you are. Remember, there's no limitations. You have absolutely no limitations. No limitations. All right? Number one, I do not wait for the world to change. I speak and it becomes. I do not wait for the world to change. I speak and it becomes. Cool. Circumstance does not define me. I define it with every breath and belief. Circumstance does not define me. I define it with every breath and belief. Circumstances don't matter. Sometimes when people start just talking shit, I just be watching, like, I wonder how long they're going to talk to themselves. I wonder how much time they're going to take out their day to keep talking shit. All right, number three. I am the architect of my experience. I am the architect of my experience, the divine author of my reality. The divine author of my, no, it wasn't you. I am the architect of my experience, the divine author of my reality. Remember, you are reality. What you declare is reality. What you say is reality, right? So it's no longer about, it's delusion or it's gaslighting myself. You always are believing something. You are always believing something. Even the acknowledgement, it's gaslighting myself, is believing in the opposite, that something good cannot happen. You are always, with your declaration, with your words, you are always believing something. Why not believe that everything is working out for you? At the very least, you'll just feel better. At the very least, you'll feel better. Okay? Number 4, I walk not by sight, but by the knowing that it is already done. I walk not by sight, but by the knowing that it is already done. All right? Judge not by appearance, judge righteously. Nothing stands. This one, I like this one a lot, all right? Nothing stands between me and my vision, but the depth of my conviction, and I choose certainty. Nothing stands between me and my vision, but the depth of my conviction. This is such a beautiful way to just highlight the fact that it's always you versus you. Nothing stands between me and my desire, me and my vision, me and what I want, but the depth of my conviction. What is conviction? It's my refusal to tell a story that's not in alignment with what I want. I refuse to do it. I choose certainty. No matter how I feel, I choose certainty. No matter what I see, I choose certainty. I choose discipline. I choose awareness. I choose presence. I choose consciousness. I choose to love myself. I choose to love myself, right? The same way that if your child hurt themselves or they got into an argument or something negative happened in their life and they told you about it, you would say, it's okay. Everything is going to be okay. Treat yourself that way. Do the same thing for yourself. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay. All right? Next, the world reflects my inner decree, not my outer conditions. The world doesn't reflect the outer conditions. It reflects my inner decree. The outer is simply a product of me. But then I animate it and I tell it what to do. From the moment I see it, from the moment I make a declaration of who I am, what it is, I give it the instructions. Next off, I release the lie that I must earn what I already am. How can you earn? How can you try to be what you already were born to be? It's not about doing. Remember, that's always the wrong question. How do I do this? How do I become this? How do I embody this? How do you remember what you already are? Instead of trying to be somebody to get everything that you want, simply assume that you already are. Simply know. Make the assumption that you already are that person. You understand that's what an assumption means? It's never been about trying to be something. It's about assuming that you already are that person. I release the lie that I must earn what I already am. Next up. I do not chase outcomes. I embody them. Don't chase shit. I don't chase shit. Well, last night in Dallas, it was some. You don't chase. I don't chase outcomes. I embody them. Right? You embody them. What's up? I appreciate it. All right, next up. We still got about 6. Okay? I am not reacting to life. I am creating it moment by moment with divine precision. I am not reacting to life. I'm not reacting to life. I am creating it moment by moment with divine precision. Co-creating with source, walking hand in hand with the divine. If you see me, you see the divine. Whatever situation is going on outside of me, just know I'm going to speak the divine into it. I like this one as well. This one's short and sweet. I carry the power of let there be, and it is so. I carry the power of let there be, and it is so. It is so. The unseen obeys my unwavering faith. The unseen obeys my unwavering faith. I don't think y'all heard that one. Let me say it one more time. The unseen obeys my unwavering faith. What is unwavering? What is unwavering faith? I refuse to identify with anything that's not in alignment with what I want. Point blank, period. I do not give myself permission to think against what I want. I don't. Don't care how I feel. I am that I am no matter what. I am prosperity no matter what. No matter if I feel like it or not, that's what I am. As a man thinketh, in his heart, so is he. Right? Here we go. I am not the victim of time. I am the timeless one. My bad. I am not the victim of time. I am the timeless one moving in Kairos, right? Kairos. We had a long discussion on divine timing versus human timing, right? Kairos just means divine timing. Just means divine timing, Kairos. So I am not the victim of time. I am the timeless one moving in divine timing. You can put it like that. Okay, here's another one, short and sweet, to the point. I declare and the universe aligns. Repent. I declare and the universe aligns. You know, it's like when we say it like that, everybody's like, oh, okay, cool. But when we say when we say it a different way, I declare and God aligns. How does that make you feel? Does that feel off saying that? Do you understand that those are the same statements? That creation is done. Creation is done, right? Every reality exists, but by me declaring, now source does its thing to move me directly into that reality, right? How do I feel about Chris? I mean, they're cool. They're cool. They're cool. They're what you believe to be true, right? I have a couple on my desk, right? I have a rose quartz. I have hematite that I wear. I have a lot. I have quite a few. You know, spooky. I know, demonic, perhaps. All right. I declare and the universe aligns. I declare and the universe aligns. Yeah, Christians hate Chris. They hate anything they hate a lot. They hate a lot of shit. I declare and the universe aligns. And last but certainly not least, I am not here to survive circumstances. I am here to transform them. I am not here to survive circumstances. I am here to transform them. And of course, the document, right when we end this, I put it on YouTube. So y'all can always go on YouTube and you can get the documents. They're all yours. Do whatever you want with them. Okay? I am not here to survive circumstances. I am here to transform them. Don't you love that? Don't you just love knowing that you cannot leave God behind? I remember when I used to believe that when you make God personal, right? When you make the relationship with the divine a very personal relationship, you can walk through life with the confidence that everything will be added to you, that everything will work out. And this is why it's very important that we have these conversations every once in a while to make sure that we're making these things about you, right? We've been talking about manifesting nonstop for like 3 months, right? And why it's important to make things about us is because what you are actually doing on this process is you are building the relationship with God. This is what this journey is, right? Seek ye first the kingdom and all things will be added unto thee. When you see yourself, right? When you see yourself as this divine being that is walking around carrying the Creator everywhere, within awareness, your consciousness, your presence becomes of the utmost importance. And this is why I'll say, like, there are certain people that when I say things like, you are God, I am God. When I say things like that, it can offend some. But understand that that is a calling into reverence. It's a calling to make sure if I understand that I am the temple and I'm walking with God, I need to carry myself in a certain way. I need to speak a certain way. I need to make sure that I'm looking at reality a certain way because my awareness is what is pointing God's power around. There's a responsibility there. So by making this about me, about how I see myself, right? I understand that God's name, I am that I am. Every time I declare myself to be anything or anybody else to be anything, right? I'm using God's name. So I should treat that with the utmost respect. So a lot of these discussions that we're having about seeing things positively, and we're like, oh, well, that's delusional. Well, do you understand that you seeing things properly, positively, is you actually seeing them in alignment with the divine? Because God can't be separated from anything. So just me arguing for that limitation, well, I have to see it how it is. You are reality. What you say is how it is. Even when we say things like, oh, women are like this, you don't know that. You are just stating what you believe. This person is like this. You're just making a statement of what you believe about them. That's what you're talking about. You're saying what you believe about that person. You don't know. You don't know every person, right? We don't even, if you really want to even go further, the only person that we know right now is the version of us that we are in this very moment. This is why sometimes we'll think about the past and we'll say things like, oh, I should have done this. I wish I had done this. But if you really understand how reality works, you're new in every moment. The version of you back then did the best that they knew how to do with the information and the resources that they had. You don't know. Yeah, this version of you might have reacted in a different way, but you're a completely different person now. So it does no justice to even condemn or talk down or beat up those old versions of you. They were just doing what they thought was best. That was a completely different version of you. And there's infinite more within you. So instead of working to just try to, do all of this work to, okay, how can I simply see every version of you as perfect? It's not about beating a version of you up. It's not about escaping this version of you. It's understanding that in the wholeness of who you are, every single perspective is absolutely perfect. It's not about striving to be something new. It's about remembering that you already are infinite. You already are infinite. That's how we find forgiveness. When we apply the same concept to others, right? Knowing that, yes, I am whole and I'm 100% complete as I am. And every version of me is a perfect version of me. Now that also means I have to take the same approach with everybody else. Everybody else is a perfect version of them, also in alignment with a perfect version of me. If I change me, I'm going to call forth a different version of them. Does that mean that any of those versions of them were not perfect? No. Even the ones I didn't like, guess what they did for me? They gave me clarity on what I wanted to experience differently. It's all for you. It is all for you, right? We are the ones who run around judging and condemning things, saying this is wrong, this is right, this is good, this is bad. It's our perspective that does that. It's our humanity that does that. This is why there's so many parables that talk about that egoic nature, right? Especially on the spiritual path. We run into spiritual egoism all the time, where just because I believe something, I think that my views are supreme, and anyone speaking anything else, you should be shut up, right? This is what the Pharisees thought. This is exactly what the Pharisees were doing. They believed in separation. Even Pharisee means what? To separate. So we still walk around. We come in a little bit of knowledge, and all of a sudden we're walking around thinking that I am better. I am greater than them. Remember, nobody can be closer to God than you because God is within you. You are the temple. Whatever path that you take to get to that source within you is the perfect path. This is why we've had a lot of discussion with people like, oh, should I read this? Should I read that? Should I do this? If you're called to it, then yes. If you are called to read that book, read it. If you are called to practice that spiritual practice, do it. Do it. If it's getting you closer to your creator, do it. But the one thing to remember is that nobody can be closer to God than me, and nobody can be closer to God than you. You can't separate God from you. You are God. God is within you. You are within God. You are God. You don't, where you end and God begins, it doesn't exist. There's no ending. You are the divine made manifest. You are the intersection between divinity and identity. That is you. You are the identity of God. God is just all that there is. You are the identity of God. Inseparable. Unlimited. Absolute perfection. Absolute perfection. Go anyway. Go anyway. Go anyway. All right. But let's see. Y'all have anything that y'all want to talk about? You know, it's Sunday. It's Sunday. We just had a little church. What y'all want to talk about? You're not gonna melt. Just drink some water. You're gonna be all right. Splash yourself with some water. You're gonna be great. What about manifestation? Do I think that religion is a form of brainwashing? I think everything is a form of brainwashing. If you start asking me what I think is brainwashing, I'm gonna start saying everything. Everything is a form of brainwashing. The way that we eat food is a form of brainwashing. Sure, the things that we learn in school is a form of brainwashing. Hell, even history is a form of brainwashing. Can you imagine 100, 200 years from now what they're gonna say about COVID? How many different experiences did people have of COVID, right? Some people, they breezed through it. Made no difference. Some people suffered. But history will tell a certain story, right? It's gonna be very interesting. But everything, your family, a form of brainwashing. From the moment you are popped out, you're told, be like this, do that, don't do this, right? Everything. So, that's such a great point. That's such a great point. Everything we learn from without conscious thought. Everything that we learn without conscious thought. So, and if we think about that, everything can be everything can be a source of imprisonment or enlightenment. So think about it like this, right? Let's use something like a zodiac sign. Your zodiac sign can be a source of enlightenment, or it can be a source of a prison. It can be programming, or it can be enlightenment. How, Alex? Well, let's say that I hear my zodiac. They're like, oh, you're this. These are the traits. And right now I accept that this is what it is in my life, and this is how I have to be, and I have to date these type of people. That's a prison. That's programming. Right? Now, if I understand that, okay, maybe this is just showing me things that I can transcend. Maybe there's certain things that I would, that I would fight against. Maybe there's certain things that I would struggle with. And I'm like, oh, okay, that resonates with me. But I don't want to live my life like that. Right? I would hate to think that I have to walk around. The first question I have to ask is, hey, baby, what sign are you? Damn, we can't work out because of that. I would hate to think that just because my sign said I was jealous, I would have to walk around and I would have to be miserable in my relationships because I was just a jealous old man. Right? I don't believe that is that's a good life. I don't sign up for that. So if I understand that I'm an infinite being, certain things can give me a guide, but I can either make a prison out of them, or I can make them an opportunity for me to gain enlightenment, to transcend those things. Right? Anything that we learn. So religion in the same way, right? Religion can be a form of enlightenment, a form of liberation, but it can also be a prison. Right? We see some of the most, mean people in organized religion, or you can't even have a conversation with them without them believing that if you do not listen to every word that I say, your salvation is at stake. And so you must. It's just like, okay. Right? So if it's bringing you to a close understanding to source, and then good, then good. But the moment that we start making it this expression of our ego, then it's different. And I did see another question. It was like how to deal with doubt, I believe. Let me see what it was. Yeah, when the doubts come, what should I do? When the doubts come, what should I do? You should be aware and conscious enough not to allow those doubts to force you or to pull you or to tease you or flirt with you and get you to tell a story that you don't know, that you don't want, right? Remember, the heart is deceitful above all things. Who can know it, right? Your doubt is a lie. That feeling of doubt is a lie. Just because you feel a certain way does not mean that you have to decree and declare. Remember, it is your words that create reality, not specifically your feelings. Your feelings are your emotional guidance system. They're pointing you towards what you thought was true, what you've believed. So they're a true representation of your expectations, but they're not the truth about reality. You declare what reality is right now. So just because you have a doubt, what you have to do is you confront those with awareness, with presence. So when I'm walking through life and I'm aware, I'm present, I'm in the moment, right? Now all of a sudden, when I see things, I get to make the choice on how I want to see them. Because remember, it's my perspective that's reality. I get to decide if it's working out for me. I get to make that choice. Or I get to say, oh, it's not. Damn, here we go again. You get to make that choice. All right? I declare and the universe aligns. So that's how you deal with doubt, is you declare and you allow the universe to align. Your perspective is reality. Hell. There we go. There we go. Say you do so well, and then in one moment intrusive thoughts come in. Okay, well that's where the work is, right? That's where the work is. And you really, how you get through that is you develop your discipline in your mindfulness, your ability to stay in that present moment. Who's to say that intrusive thoughts will never come through, right? Who's to say? So even, let's say even if they do you identify with them? Do you believe that just because I had a couple that I will go back to that old way of living? Or do you understand that sometimes the battle is simply just not identifying with those things? No, I don't identify with the lie. It has no power if I don't identify with it. Yeah, you can we change people by changing ourselves? So let me be specific. You don't change anyone. You can't change anybody. But by changing yourself, you select a new version of them. Think of it like this. With every perspective that you have, there's a version of everybody attached to those different perspectives. So if I walk through life and I change my expectation of things, I call for different versions of people. So it's not that I'm necessarily changing anybody. That version of that person that you met, it's there. It's in reality right now. In that reality, it's fixed. So when we think that we're changing people, that becomes like a striving. But when I simply know that when I embody who I am, like when I embody a new version of me, when I declare that I am somebody different now they naturally step forward as a different version of themselves. All right? So there's nothing to change outside of you. It's always us. There's no power in trying to change people. Isn't that beautiful? Versions of people around you change so much the more authentic I become. Isn't that beautiful? It's as if certain people fall off, other people completely transform, and then what happens? New people step forward, right? Your world completely begins to rearrange based on you. Yes, and other people are definitely your reflection, but it's that version of them that is reflecting that specific version of you, right? So the moment that I continue to, it's not about trying to do something, right? It's about accepting that you already are that version. If I understand that if I accept that right now what I say is true, is who I am from this point forward, well, then everything rearranges for me. If you got movement but it wasn't for your favor and it led you to getting a meltdown, well, understand this, that instead of judging things as right or wrong and judging things as working for you or not, why don't you simply make the choice that everything is working out for you, right? You were in a point where you decided, this is what I want, this is who I am, this is the version of this person that's going to step forward. You made that choice, okay? So if I make that choice, let's say I make that choice today. Now I know in every moment from that choice, things have to change to get me to where I want to be, right? Everything has to change. So every single change is for me. I might look at it and it might look off, but if everything has to change to get me to what I want, then the only responsible belief that is in alignment with the truth of the God within me being absolute perfect God would be every single change is for me. Doesn't matter what it looks like, it's all for me. I would even ask you the same question when we talk about the meltdown. So what? If you already have it, then that is just another part of your story. That's just another part of the unfolding. We have to stop reacting to the middle like it's the end. The middle is just the middle. The middle is just the middle. Stay in the end. Go to the end and stay there. The middle is just the middle. The middle is just the unfolding. If you already have it, it doesn't matter what the middle looks like. It doesn't matter what you do during the middle. You simply stay in the end. Can I decide whether he shows up how I prefer face-to-face much? It's all your choice. It's all your choice. You can either go directly to the end and not give a damn how it unfolds, or you can micromanage every step if you want. But I find that to be a lot of unnecessary work. I just trust that, the Creator, the God within me, my higher self, can create a beautiful path. Because it always has. It's absolutely okay to have feelings. This is what you're down here to experience, is your feelings. Your feelings are just the effect, right? They're just trying to tell you something. Your feelings are just trying to tell you what you have believed. But remember, anything, any thought, any belief that comes up, any question that comes up that that declares that right now you are not the person that you need to be to get what you want is a lie. All right? So if I say I have it, okay, I have this thing, but then I say I feel negative. Does my feeling negative put me out of the state of the wish fulfilled? No. Because if I accepted that was the truth, if I accepted that was the truth, it would mean that my manifestation is conditional. It would mean that the unconditional source within me is conditional. So you're not trying to do something to get anything. You are simply embodying knowing that you already have it and allowing it to unfold within you. Everything that shows up as a limiting belief is meant for you to change your beliefs. This is about stripping away beliefs, not adding beliefs. You don't come down on this manifesting path to be like, oh, I have to act like this in every situation. I have to affirm perfectly. I have to visualize perfectly. Damn. It sounds like you brought your corporate boss into the manifesting space. And now your corporate boss trying to tell you what to do. We need these reports by 7. All right, we need these affirmations tonight by 3 o'clock. Like, You don't have to think like that, right? Remove those beliefs. You are the operant power. You make the rules. So believe or remove those beliefs that pull you away from being the person that you want to be right now. It's about relaxing into the truth, not working your way into it, right? It's relaxing into the truth. It's knowing that however I feel right now, I'm in perfect alignment. Anything that shows up that makes me question if I'm in a perfect alignment, it's not true. What if I responded this way? You already have it. So who cares how you responded? Do you remember that you already have it? Or are you saying two different stories? I can't say I already have it and then say, but how should I respond to this situation? It doesn't work like that. Do you have it or do you not? So on one hand, I'm saying I have it. And on the other hand, I'm saying, oh, well, but I have to go through a negative situation. I have to react like that to have it. Oh, you are the one. It's your story. It is your expectations. It's you saying, oh, I can't have it, or I have to react like this to get something. It's us that makes this thing conditional. It's us that makes it conditional, right? Yeah, we were moving it all. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad. Love you, but we were moving those teachings. Even now, I think, when I was first coming into this space, my parents, they were so just taken aback by some of the things that I said or that I still say. But now it's to the point where they just kind of accept that it is what it is, right? They're very uptight. I love them though, but you have to meet people where they are. You have to just meet people where they are. And I still just show up authentically, but I just refuse to argue with people about my beliefs. I just simply know my truth and I allow everybody else to know their truth and leave it at that. I honestly think that's a difficult life as well. It would be difficult to walk around trying to change a bunch of people to believe what you believe. Right? You can plant seeds and you can help people that are already down the path of coming into this understanding. But imagine walking up to somebody who absolutely did not believe this and being like, hey, look, hey, look, do this. This is how you get freedom, right? That's what I'm always reminded of when I see people that leave comments. It's like, are y'all trying to change my mind? What are you trying to do? What is your purpose? What is your intention? What is the intent? What is the true intention of your heart when you come into this? So, in some areas I do. I see my parents showing up as I desire in certain areas. And really, them showing up as I desire is not them changing to believe in what I believe in. It's simply us accepting each other, that's all. And that's what it is right now. They just accept me. I accept them, they accept me. We love each other deeply. So I'm not into, so this is the thing. Everybody is you pushed out, but we still have to make the choice on what is worth our energy, right? It's like, I still have to make the choice on what's worth my energy. And what was worth my energy was simply just having a beautiful relationship with them. Yeah, it applies here though, for sure. It definitely applies here. But remember, you always have the choice. You always have the choice. If I wanted my concept to be that, everybody close to me believes exactly what I believe in, sure. But do I really want to focus on that? No, I don't. I just prefer to be open-minded and know that even when people disagree with me, it's still for expansion. All right, we're still gonna expand together. I'm just not interested in changing beliefs, right? I'm interested in helping people on the path, and anybody that's on the fence, hopefully, if you hear a message and it resonates, it'll help you. But when it comes to changing people, you'll never catch me in somebody's comments trying to change them. I just prefer to scroll on past. Scroll on past. Go about my life. The choice is always yours. Yeah, yeah. I mean, what's the possibility of finding somebody that you agree with 100% on everything? You know, we all have different life experiences. We all have unique ways of handling certain situations, of seeing the world. That's what actually makes us beautiful. That's what allows us all to expand. Sometimes, I want people to disagree because it just makes the conversation more interesting. It allows you to expand more. So, what do I do with the feelings if I miss wanting physical connection without letting it become doubt? You allow yourself to feel it. You allow yourself to feel it knowing that you still already have it, right? All that, just understand what that energy is. What is that feeling of missing? It's the feeling of love. Why not point that love to something, right? Why not use that love to just point it at that person, or point it at your family, or point it at a goal? Why not just accept or acknowledge that it's pure energy and I can use it and point it towards whatever, right? Don't fight against your emotions. Don't fight against it thinking that you have to experience or shut down or confine the depths of your soul to get what you want. That would be cruel. If you had to, you know what I'm saying, if you had to feel a certain way to get, or suppress your feelings, or micromanage your feelings to get something, remember, you already have it no matter what. No matter what means no matter what. It means no matter what. Feel what you're feeling, but use them to tell the story of what you actually want. Yeah, no matter what is a game. It was a game changer for me, so I'm glad that y'all are. I'm glad y'all like that. Is that no matter what? I mean, it's the truth, right? It takes away this constant thought of striving. I am that I am no matter what. Even when I miss something, even when I'm feeling a certain way, even when the situation doesn't look ideal, even when I think that I reacted incorrectly, whatever that means, incorrectly. Well, I just remind myself of the truth. No matter what, I have it. I am that I am no matter what. I am this no matter what. So if I'm that no matter what, I can't sit here and trip about the middle. I can't sit there and trip about the middle if I am that I am no matter what. I allow all things to be added unto me in whatever way they see fit to do so. I'm not here to micromanage the middle. I'm here to enjoy the middle. I'm here to allow the middle to give me more clarity on what I want. But the middle is simply the middle. We don't respond to the middle like it's the end. It's just the middle. Oh. Let me open my bad. Let me open the chat. Tell them, teach them, right? And that's all the middle is. And just some lessons and teachings. How do we manifest business sales, pre-orders when the opposite is showing up? Should we go to the end and we stay there? It's the refusal to tell the story of anything that is not in alignment with what you want, right? So the answer is never, or the question is never like, how do I have to do it? It's simply, I make the assumption that I already have it, right? Even at the end of the day, I have to tell myself how many sales came through or whatever. then I go into my imagination and I tell the story of what I want. And I understand that I'm there already right now, and everything that I'm seeing right now is just the unfolding to get to that point. So that's how we manifest it. But we also have to remember, are you trying to do this from lack, or are you trying to do this, the way I always say it is for the love of the game, right? Are you doing this to know yourself as the creator? Are you doing this purely out of lack because you need something, right? Once we step into that need, we are declaring that we don't have a choice, right? Said I already have it, but then something opposite, like my parents do shit, like just, but that's fine. That's fine. The script that you're currently in, none of that takes away from you already having it, right? Somebody telling you that you have to do something else doesn't take away from the fact that you already have it. You feeling a certain way doesn't take away from the fact that you already have it. You already have it. Point blank, period. And so if you already have it, then the middle is just the middle. All things are unfolding for it. All right? So it's simply about conviction. It's understanding that goes back to that no matter what part. No matter what, you already have it. Can you stay in that conviction? Right? Circumstances are going to do whatever. Your feelings are going to do whatever. Your body's going to do whatever. But you simply have to know the truth. It's not about removing negative emotions. It's not about kind of removing everything that you don't like in your reality. It's understanding that all of it is perfect. It's all unfolding perfectly. It's just anything that changes is just another step on the journey. Difference between needing and creating a source, but I'm not gonna lie, I do need some of these things that I'm asking for. All right, let's unpack that. Let's unpack that, because absolutely there are times where you definitely need things, right? Now, how do we get beyond that? Right, I have these bills that are piling up. Okay, I have whatever. I have desires to move out. I have desires to get married by this time, by this age, right? How do I deal with that? I'm gonna tell you the way that I do it that is completely outside of logic. And it is the same way that I do everything else. I go to the end and I stay there, right? I understand. There's certain times where bills are piling. I've been there. Certain times where you don't know where you're gonna stay. I don't know how these bills are going to get paid. Money is not coming. How can I embody prosperity? Well, the truth is that the way to get those things is to declare that you have them. From a metaphysical perspective, that is the way to get something. It's to declare that you have it. Right? So even when I'm talking about the needing or whatever, all right, let's say that there's a due date. If there is a due date, that is going to imply that I don't have something. Focusing my consciousness on that due date just continues to bring up the fact or the reality that I do not have that thing. Versus when I declare that I already have it, that puts me in the reality where I do, and everything has to unfold to get me there, right? Let me talk about it like this, okay? So the whole needing versus creating. There's going to be times where your mind is going to go all over the place. And the only thing that you can do to get out of that whirlwind is to ground yourself in the present moment. Okay? Do you have techniques in place, or do you have ways to calm yourself or ways to soothe yourself down when you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling the pressure of the world? Or do you just try to suppress those emotions and run away from them? One of the best things that I do is I simply go within myself at that moment. I go within in meditation, but I just allow myself to feel whatever I'm feeling, right? Understanding that my feelings are just feelings. They're just showing me my expectations. Right? So allow your feelings to do whatever. Just don't allow your feelings to give you an opportunity to tell a story that's not what you want. Right? Put some processes in place in your life where if things go wrong, you can calm yourself. Maybe it's affirmations. Maybe it's just feeling that energy within you. Maybe it is repeating a mantra. Maybe it's calling somebody, calling your mom, calling your a friend. Maybe it's going into meditation. Maybe it's whatever the case may be. We have to find ways that help us not lose track of the story that we've already told. Because the moment that you say it, it is unfolding, right? And I guess that's where we could rest in the fact that it is unfolding. And I know a lot of people do say feelings and thoughts manifest, but when we talk about feeling, and I talk about things from a scripture perspective and then a spiritual perspective as well. But understand that your feelings are not the truth about reality. Your feelings are your expectations based on past events. That's all. And your feeling, it's literally just energy. It's not good or bad. It is just energy. And because because this energy, this God, energy in motion is flowing through you, because of the story, the expectation that you have, you're going to feel this energy as negative or positive based on you. But that energy is still God. And you point that energy, however you're feeling, whether you're feeling good or bad, what you are focusing on, what you're putting your awareness on is where that energy flows. So just because I'm feeling negative doesn't mean I'm creating negativity. I'm just creating in general. But I can stand on top of that negative feeling and I can point it towards whatever story that I want and allow that to unfold for me. What if it all changes at once? I'm down for that. I'm down for that. If it all changes at once, I'm cool with it. Are you saying that as if it's a problem? Saying it's a lot. It's a lot of good. It's a lot of good stuff. Yes. Okay. I'm telling you that even if your parents say to your face that I have no choice other than this, I have to go inside my head and say I've already moved out. I'm already financially free. Yes and no. Remember, it's not about you doing anything. It's about walking through life with the awareness that it's already happened. And whatever they say, however you react, doesn't take away from the fact that it's already happened. Right now, you are just in the middle of that unfolding. You are just simply in the middle of that unfolding. It's already happened. You've already moved out. You're already financially free. Right now, you are just walking down the script where everything is unfolding for you. So I'm not saying that you have to go within your mind right then. You have to handle it whatever the best way for you to handle it in that moment is. But you have to remind yourself of the truth. Just because you have a feeling, just because this is happening outside of you, you cannot take your mind off of already being the person that you are, right? You're already the person that's in perfect alignment for that thing. Now allow it to unfold. Do the best that you can in every moment on the way down that path, knowing it's already all yours. So it's not about doing a technique when you're upset. It's not about any of that. It's simply reminding yourself that everything is unfolding for you, no matter what it looks like and no matter how you feel. When we talk about faith and conviction, that's what we're talking about. I'm not saying that you have to do an affirmation. You have to do some visualization. If it helps, cool, do it. But it's simply about walking through life with the knowing that everything is working out, with the knowing that you already have that thing. For sure. Yeah, for sure. So sometimes that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna say things that, get under your skin. And I would correct you on this. I would call you out on that one part, that break your spirit part. Your spirit can't be broken. Your spirit is unbreakable. Your perspective, though, right, is what you got to work on. And so This is why the most important thing that we can learn in our life is the discipline of our awareness. The discipline and the ability to always tell the story that I want to hear. Right? Doesn't matter. Like when we say circumstances don't matter, this is what it means. Circumstances mean everything. What you see out there, your feelings, these are circumstances. Your feeling is a circumstance. Your feeling is a circumstance. It's a circumstance of something that you went through in the past or something that you are negatively thinking. It's just a circumstance. How are you going to respond to those? Are you going to make this conditional and be like, oh, I have to respond to the situation like this? Or are you going to take control in that moment? Because remember, your expectations create reality. If my feeling is just showing me an expectation that I've previously had, then what I should do is I should just, when I have a feeling, it's like an alarm saying, you are expecting something. Now I say, okay, what do I have to believe to be true to expect this? Or what do I have to believe to be true to feel this way? You're going to clearly get an understanding of what you believe to be true. Now, what would I prefer to believe? And I tell the truth right now. Right now. Does it mean you'll feel better? Maybe, maybe not. But it doesn't matter. What matters is that you've changed your expectation right there. What if it doesn't feel like the truth? It doesn't matter because you've declared it. It's not about what you feel to be true. It's about what you continuously tell yourself. So your job is to constantly confront those negative thoughts, constantly confront those negative emotions, and replace them with ones that are more in alignment with who you really are. You can only change them one moment at a time. One moment at a time is how you change them. Don't get caught in the illusion of reprogramming something and yada, yada, yada. The only thing that matters is now. Reality is brand new right now. And now it's brand new again. So it doesn't matter what you've been doing for the last 10 seconds, last 15 seconds, last 10 years. What are you aware of being right now? Not what are you aware of feeling. Not what are you aware of feeling. What are you aware of being right now? I am that I am no matter what. No matter what I see, no matter what I feel, I am. I am that I am. I am absolute prosperity. I am every aspect of the Creator, no matter what. What if this? What if that? What if this? No, say it. I am. I'm already prosperity. Now, everything after that is bullshit. Everything after the but is bullshit. Well, what if my parents say this? Well, what if I feel like this? Well, what about this? What about that? No, I am that person right now. Everything else is just arguing for a limitation. You have none. You have no limitations. Remember, even saying that, and the last thing, so even saying that you think that you secretly expect things to not go your way. I mean, just change the thought, right? Like, from this point forward, I am not someone who expects things not to go my way. We rely so much on feelings, right? Like, we put so much on, I have to feel this to be true for it to be true, and then we wonder why we don't get the things that we want. Because we're putting too much emphasis on our feelings. No, you good, brother. You good. I feel you. What are 2 cents in my situation? Hey, look, I have no situation, and this is, everybody can get with this. This can help everybody, okay? Nobody's situation, no one's situation is above the others. All right? All of your situations, no matter how deep and dark you believe that they are, can change in an instant. The God within you is the God of, and suddenly, and all of a sudden. And then in the blink of an eye, everything changed. This is the God that is within you. This is the God that you are. None of your situations, right? We can sit here and we can all go through, this is what I'm dealing with in my life and this is what I'm trying to create. And we can all sit down and tell our excuses, but this happened here. And my family did this. And the outside circumstance looks like this. But what about this, Alex? But how about this? But you don't understand. But remember, everything after the but is bullshit. Make the declaration of who you are. Go to the end right now. I am that I am. I am prosperity. I am. Whatever the case may be. You make your declaration of who you are, and then you stay in that end, no matter what. And then everything after the but is bullshit. What if I don't feel like I'm worthy? It doesn't matter how you feel. You are inherently worthy because God is within you. What if I don't feel like love? Doesn't matter. Love is not a feeling. You are inherently loved because God is within you. What if yesterday I felt good and today, I feel down and my feelings are just off and it's hard for me to... Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's difficult for you to feel a certain way, difficult for you to think a certain way. The only thing that matters is right now. So right now I go back to the remembrance. Oh, yeah, everything is working out for me. I already am that, no matter what. No matter what means no matter what. But how do I maintain this? But how do I do? No matter what. But how should I react? Doesn't matter. You already have it. Why does it matter how you react? Just do the best that you can and stay in the knowing that everything is working out, that you already have it. Go to the end. Sit your ass down. Get comfortable there. Get comfortable. You already have it. Now get real comfortable there. Enjoy it. Right? It's nice here. And then everything that you see that is just the middle, treat it accordingly. You're already in the end. The middle is just the middle. Just the middle. Right? You are so much more powerful than you're giving yourself credit. You're so much more powerful than you give yourself credit. Right? Everything unfolds from within you just from you declaring that it is so. Right? I carry the power of let there be, and it is so. The moment I declare myself to be anything, that's what it is. The only person that can change that outcome is us. Because we walk around and we're undisciplined and we start trying to bring our excuses into this. Right? No matter what. No matter what. And if I act against myself, no matter what. What does acting against yourself mean? How can you act against yourself? What does that mean? You're thinking against yourself? Well, that's a problem. That's the only thing you're not allowed to do is think against yourself. But other than that, whatever you do, if you just believe that in this moment it's the right thing to do, then I do that, and I understand that everything is working out for my greatest good, for my good. Everything is being added to me. No matter what. No matter what. No matter what. All right, y'all. I am that I am no matter what. I am that I am no matter what. What if you're having trouble breaking free from your old patterns? Well, fortunately, the only thing that matters is you breaking free from those old patterns right now. What kind of old patterns, though? Let's talk about that, right? What kind of old patterns? Then how do I learn to detach? Well, I think it comes over time with just being more aware of the present moment. Blessings, appreciate it. Blessings back to you. I think it comes back, or look, when things start to show up, you're going to have no problem detaching. But until then, I will always say, the best way for you to go about your day and get the things that you desire is actually walk through life and enjoy life. Exactly. Don't think against, but you can absolutely feel whatever. And even if you catch yourself thinking, make the declaration. Oh, I don't identify with that thought or that belief anymore. This is what I actually believe in. Declare it. Say it, speak it, right? Your word is creation, right? In the beginning was the word, not in the beginning was the feeling, right? You were never told that in the beginning was the feeling. And the feeling was made, in the beginning was the word. Yeah, out loud is definitely helpful. So when you go down this path, the best way to detach is to actually enjoy life. We can sit around and we can try to micromanage the process all day. And this is where people just lose life, lose months, lose years trying to, in this hamster wheel of reality creation. What the best approach would have been, okay? The best approach before any of us learned how to manifest or create, the best approach would have been if somebody simply, while you were still living your life blind and not knowing what was what, they just told you, you know what the secret of life is? It's to simply say that everything is working out no matter what. It's to simply make that declaration that everything is working out. It's whenever you have a desire, just say that you are going to have it and not think against it. And we'd be like, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden everything would come together. We are the one that we get down this path and we just make it so complex. What about this? What about that? How do I detach? Right? You detach by simply living a regular life. Living your life the way that you like it. Enjoying the time with your family. Enjoying your time with your friends. When you have to cry and you feel down, do that. But simply go back to the knowing that everything is working out. Go back to that knowing that everything is perfect. Hey, bro, if they taught us this in school, this entire reality would be completely different. But when you really start to, this is why this is such a process of unlearning, not learning. It's a process of unlearning, right? How do you remove those limiting beliefs? Well, you just declare that you don't have them anymore, moment by moment. Moment by moment. I know you do. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah. I mean, because we understand, we can look out and say, okay, well, there's only a few people that are actually benefiting from this structure, right? The example I always give is, even if you think about the nature of things, if you want to start a business, you're going to have to go borrow money from the business. You're going to have to go borrow money from the bank. Start your business. Get paid by your customers. Put that money in the bank. And then take that money out the bank to go pay the bank back that loan, right? It's like, damn, what kind of structure is this, right? So everything, it's just a very interesting structure that we are in. But the purpose of life is not to walk around trying to suppress emotions. It's not trying to walk around micromanaging the unfolding of everything. It's not about judging things as right and wrong, right? It's about just living life. Even scripture says, judge not by appearance, but judge righteously. Because based on appearance, we could never judge anything the right way. We see too little. Our perspective is too shallow from a third dimensional human perspective, right? You're not a human. You're much more than that. Only 0.0001% of you is a human. But from a perspective of our third dimensional beingness, we can't see the truth. We don't have the perspective. So it makes no sense for me to doubt. It makes no sense for me to see anything is not working out for me, because I'm just saying that that's what it is, right? Like, I don't know. I'm just declaring my beliefs, and my beliefs and my expectations. That is what reality is. So we're just taught to see things as negative. We're just taught the wrong way, right? We're taught the wrong way. Yeah, I mean, so much time for my mind. So if there's a lot of time for you to micromanage, it's time to start doing some more things. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. Make the declaration that it's not about me getting just this person. It's about me living a fulfilled life in general. Okay, let's really break this down. Let's talk about this from a practical and a metaphysical perspective. Let's say that your boy, okay, let's play imaginary story. I'm going to put myself in your position and I want you to advise me. Okay? Let's say that I met somebody. Matter of fact, make me whatever gender you want. Don't care. Let's say I met somebody and I moved out of the country to be with them. Without my family, without my friends, without my job, and I just decided to be with them. Okay. Now let's say it didn't work. And I'm trying to bring them back into my life, but I find I have a whole lot of idle time. Now, I really want you, let's really break this story down in the best way possible for you, right? Not. Remember, this is all love. I'm saying all this from love, okay? Surely there is nothing coincidental about life. Surely not, all right? Now, I was brought to a completely different place. I was brought to a completely different place in the world. All kinds of things that I might not have ever experienced before. The opportunity to grow, to expand, to sit by myself and meet new people and expand my network. Now, and now all of a sudden I'm broken up with somebody. Yeah, I want them back, but there's a bigger opportunity here. There's a huge opportunity here. Now, you can get them back, but let's say it doesn't work. Let's say you get him back and all of a sudden you're like, I don't even want him anymore. This is what happens in a lot of these SP stories. Y'all be, once it snaps in your mind that you are source, you might not want that person anymore. But this is why I say you want it all. If we make it about that other person, we deny ourselves the opportunity to have everything that we want. Do you just want the good relationship with him or her? Or do you want that good relationship with everybody that you run across? What is your self-concept as a whole? Do you want to not have your own things to do when this person comes back? Or do you want to see yourself as the person who makes meaningful connections, has a fulfilling life, and always is able to do the things that they want, move the way that they want? Now, maybe you do like being home, but you want some things to, take care of your free time. So maybe you do want to step into this business world, or you want to do more art, or you want to do whatever the case may be. What I'm saying is this: your solitude, these negative experiences, the only thing that a lot of us seem to get out of them is that, I want that back. Let's really think deeper. How would your life, if your life right now was ideal, how would it be? Forget the one little thing. Forget the one little thing, right? The one little person, the one little sum of money. Let us really go to the end. You are that person right now. Now, how do you allow these things to flow? You assume that you are that person right now, and then what? Get out of your comfort zone. Go around, meet people. Step into that version of you. It's not that you have to do something, but put yourself in places where opportunities can open. If you're the type of person that sits in the crib all day and you're like, I want to meet nice connections, and I have dreams of sitting with friends in a coffee shop on a Sunday and discussing whatever, well, why don't you just pick your ass up, and instead of discussing with people, you go sit in that coffee shop by yourself and you read a book. Now you're having a discussion. And allow that to unfold. You don't know who you could meet there. You don't know who you could meet walking back to your car. The places that you want to go with people, why don't you start going with yourself? Right? Even when we talk about it from a how do I get money, okay, we'll start doing things that you feel are in line with your passion. Maybe it's creating content. Right? Maybe it's, working with children, volunteering at first, and allowing that to expand and get you to a place where all of a sudden you have more prosperity because you followed a passion, a calling. I want to work with children. I want to volunteer. Now, because you volunteer, you meet somebody else and they put you onto another opportunity. We have to start following our intuition. Those nudges that are like, okay, this is what you want to do. Okay, we'll do it. And understand that the path will be opened up for you, right? We talk about, okay, we want prosperity, but you're not willing to move on anything that's nudging you, right? You can sit in the crib and not do shit if that's what you're being called to do. But if you have these visions of helping people, you have these visions of having these nice conversations at the shop, you don't have to go to the coffee shop and buy anything. You can literally just go sit your ass down and enjoy it and feel like prosperity a little bit while you're in there and think about it, and then do a little bit of reading. Maybe take a couple pictures. Feel nice and sexy. Post the pictures. You know what I'm saying? But follow those things that are showing up in your awareness and they're pushing you. And they're like, hey, maybe you should do this. Maybe you should do that. Those are the angels within you, trying to give you momentum, trying to help you out. You will absolutely, when you start doing the things that you want, you're going to find people. You're going to find people. Enjoy the beach. Enjoy the beach. It's how life works, man. I'm glad you're here. I am glad you are here. It's beautiful that is how life works, right? We follow a little bit, a little nudge, and voila, life just starts to unfold, right? They are alive, right? It's all energy. It's all energy. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. It's really cool. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Man, the hotter the better it is for me. Like, my ideal temperature is definitely hundreds. Definitely hundreds. I like to walk outside and feel that it's so hot and humid you can barely breathe. I love that. Makes you feel, it's like you're walking with the ancestors. That heat. Love it, love it, love it. 80s. 80s is cool as well, but yeah, I need it hot, man. I need it hot. I love like a bike ride in the summer. I love getting on my bike and going for a nice ride. And it's hot. We got enough heat in Texas, though. I am excited, though. My cousin's getting married in 2 weeks. So I'm going up to Detroit. I haven't been to Detroit in a while, so it's gonna be fun. I lived in Flint for a while, Flint, Michigan for a while. So it'll be cool to go back and see family. You're in Detroit? Yeah, so I'll probably get there like Thursday through Sunday. Try to find some shit to do on Thursday. And then, I can't wait. It should be cool. Nashville is dope too. Nashville is dope too. Y'all gonna have to you might have to miss the teachings for a couple of days, man. Y'all be all right. You already know all this anyway. One of y'all should volunteer to do a live instead. There we go. Somebody volunteer for each day. One person for Thursday, one for Friday, one for Saturday, one for Sunday. Who is your cousin? That's true. Because my cousin's wedding is August. It's August 1st, August 2nd, something like that. Oh, September. I was about to say, hold up. What's up, cousin? What's up, cousin? But yeah, my brother was good. Was good. We might be at the same wedding. Anything that you see me doing, do not judge. Do not judge. River Rouge, right outside of Detroit. Gotcha. All right, it's on you to host. You got day one. You got day one. All I know is as we continue to work together, y'all, and have these discussions, as y'all start getting proposed to and y'all start proposing and y'all start getting married, hey, send me the wedding invite. I expect the wedding invites. I absolutely expect them. No, I don't have a certain time that I'm live. I just kind of jump on whenever I feel like it. Saturday, especially Saturdays and Sundays, I kind of work around my schedule if I have consults or things like that. But often, like during the week, let's say Monday through Friday, I'll probably get on like 9 or 10. And then at the end of the day, I'll get on at a certain time. I just said a whole bunch of nothing. Yeah, I get around about 9 or 10. At the end of the day, I just get on at some time. I don't know what the hell I was trying to say. And the Saturday class, this next Saturday. Next Saturday is the next one. Next Saturday is the next one. And you got this. You got this. You don't have to survive without this energy for a few days. Y'all are the ones with the energy. I'm not telling y'all anything new. I'm not telling y'all anything new. Oh, I never said no expectations. I don't say no expectations. I say that you should expect. I say there's a difference between wanting from lack and expecting it to unfold. When I say no expectations, I'm talking about the unfolding. Like allow it to unfold however you want it to. Or not however you want it to. Allow it to unfold however it will unfold. You detach from the expectation that things have to look a certain way. But you should expect your desire to show up. That's if I have it, then I should expect it to show up. I'm not trying to confuse y'all. I'm trying to. I believe that I'm pretty consistent. There are certain times where I'll be like, all right, remember when I said this shit? Let's go deeper. Throw that away. But I think with the expectation, it's the middle versus the end. Stay in the end. Expect the end to unfold. Expect to see the end. But whatever shows up in the middle, right? It's when you expect things to look a certain way, like it looks right, it looks wrong, that's when we throw away our power. Allow it to look like whatever. It's all working out for me. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Still got to buy my damn plane ticket to Michigan too. I'll probably buy that this week. Well, I should definitely buy it this week if it's next weekend. I'll probably get it. I don't know. I'm gonna probably get it. Probably should do it before like Wednesday. Wednesday is typically the day that they pump up the price. No, a travel agent. You mean Expedia? If you're talking about Expedia.com, that's my travel agent. Yeah, I do like Southwest, but I saw it wasn't a direct flight, which I'm not really tripping about. I'll take a layover and just have an excuse to stay somewhere for like a day or a couple hours, go to a bar or something. Me the direct flight? Not me. I am not. When it comes to planes, I'm really not particular at all. I'll fly whatever. I will fly whatever. I think that's why I kind of like whenever you're with somebody, let's say you're with a woman, right? You got to pay attention to things like the flight and what area is the room in and shit like that. When I'm by myself, usually if I even go to a city, I won't even have a room the last night that I'm there. Right? So I might land, let's say I go to like Vegas or Miami or something. I'll go like on a Wednesday. And if I know my flight is leaving on Saturday, I won't have a room like Friday night. I'll just be out doing shit the whole time and I'll just go straight to the airport and leave. Like I'm pretty low maintenance. I do like a nice room, but there's certain things that I do to get around certain costs, right? Like even if when I travel myself, I might travel with a fucking backpack. Like, there's no need for me to pack a bunch of things. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, that's what Travelcation Club means. Ah, I got you. That's what that means. I already booked my room. I booked a nice room, though. It's like a suite somewhere. I gotta find where it was, but... Yeah, so even Southwest right now, the flight... Damn. Yeah, I ain't trying to pay all that. I ain't trying to pay all that. Oh well, prices have only went up a little bit, so I'll be cool. Yeah, women do have a lot of brain. Which is yeah, y'all do. Y'all do bring a lot of shit. Military style, straight up, man. Look, because I will fly whatever flight. People talk shit about Spirit and Frontier, them. I don't care. I do not care. I do love Southwest though, but now that they're taking away I wonder if you have to pay for assigned seats now. But I do like first class. Like, okay, so when I go to Nigeria, I'll fly first. But then if I do longer flights, just how I feel, right? Like if I go to to LA or Miami or like New York, somewhere far. Detroit, I mean, Detroit's far too, but I'm not in a first class mood. But for those, I will try. I will like fly first class just because it's cool, especially if I'm going there purely to turn up. If I'm going purely to turn up, yeah, I want some wine on the way there. About 3 glasses of wine. And I want that nice meal. I want to be closed off, close the curtain. Don't want nobody to see me going crazy on this food up here. So, yeah. I'm Nigerian. Typically, if I fly, I'm taking a backpack. I am taking a backpack. Hey, facts. Turbulence is the same in any seat. That first class money though, because now it's not like all flights have them, right? Like Spirit and Frontier, they don't have first class, right? That's true. You know, desegregation, right? Everybody is equal on this motherfucker. But like American, you fly first, especially those big ones where like when you get on the plane, the first class makes the left. Those are always cool because the seats are pretty dope. You can put your seat all the way back. You can put your legs up. You got the TV. You got the desk around you. It's pretty dope. And it makes you want to stay on the flight a little bit longer, right? When it comes down to it, if I see that a coach ticket is like $200 and first class is like $1,300, you know what I can do with that $800? You know what I can do with that $800? But once, if I know the flight's long and that first class is only a little bit more, hey, I might have to enjoy me a couple glasses of wine. You get a meal on there, you get all the free drinks, they give you that warm towel. I can put that $800 on a trade right now and make a lot off of it. It is all about perspective. All right, y'all. Y'all want to talk about anything else? Your boy is about to go and get some. Well, I'm not finna go get some food, but finna go on a bike ride. How do I understand divine timing and when the manifestation is in front of you? Well, when we talk about divine timing, right? We are always in divine timing. Right now it's divine timing. I mean, it is that way because you are the divine within that timing. Anything else would be limiting, right? Me believing that something should unfold in some pre-specified time based on, what's right or wrong for me, that in itself would be a limitation. But when I understand, okay, I can claim that I have everything right now. Right now is the only divine moment. Well, then it takes away that limitation. We'll often say things like, this happened perfectly in divine timing. What that divine timing actually is you're just telling the story of what that situation actually looks like to you. You're the one who declares that it's divine timing. You are the one that declares, oh, shit is just not working out for me. It is always us. It's the same way that when we talk about inspired action, we are the ones that determine what is inspired action and what isn't. We are the ones that say, all right, this action is in alignment with my highest good, with my highest calling, therefore it must be inspired. We are the ones who, when we're not doing something, when we're doing something that we do not want to do, we say, oh, it's just, man, this shit sucks. Can't be inspired action. They both are the same because you did it. Both of those things, whether you're doing something you love or you're doing something that you just have to get done, they are both the divine unfolding of the fulfillment of your desires. It is simply our perspective that changes what they really mean in that total unfolding. If I look at the same situation, once I look at it as absolutely perfect, unfolding for me, leading me to whatever I want. And on the other hand, I look at that same situation, I say, man, this shit sucks. I don't even want to do this shit. I'm the one that's breathing life into it. So our divine alignment, our divine timing, our inspired action, all of these things are simply a byproduct of our speech, of our declarations, because you are the divine. You are the source within that timing, right? You are the power. You are the one declaring how things go, how things are. Right? But all right, y'all. I'm about to do a little bit of meditation and relax. I see all of you as perfect, as gods. There's nothing less. Everything that you desire, you already have, and it's unfolding from within you right now. Don't argue against it. Don't argue against it. Don't accept anything, right, that tries to tell you that that's not the truth. Everything that you desire, you have it right now. It's within you. It's unfolding from within you right now. You already have it. Go to the end and stay there. And now understand, on this journey, things will show up that might make you question. Remember, you don't have to identify with everything. Every feeling, you don't have to identify with it. You don't even have to identify with every thought. You simply remind yourself the truth. I already have it. I already have it, right? If you don't see yourself as perfect, as divine, as extremely blessed, it's cool because I see you as that way anyway, so I know it must be true. I know it must be true, okay? I appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate this space. Thank y'all for showing up. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the trolling. Thank you for the honest questions. But I'm glad that we are stepping into this greater version of ourselves all together, all right? Everything that you want is already yours. Have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. There's a chance I might get back on in the evening. We'll see. But if not, she'll talk to y'all soon. All right, peace.